Good evening. I'm not making as many webcam videos as I have been in the past. I'm gonna try to at least do two a week. It's just that I really got to go on overtime and start getting things ready for this winter. And I just have so many projects. I got to repot some plants, and I'm just doing a little stuff. But today I watched the debate for the new mayor of Memphis. I think I like Collins because like of the three choices, I think he did hit some points like with the transportation. Um, uh, like well, I have to be honest. A lot of times I walk, but it has the last couple of times that I rode the bus. They were very nice, opposed to like they weren't. So I think that they find that you don't have to kiss nobody ass, but if you're pleasant, that people reciprocate that. If you're nasty, then that's what you receive. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody like I know it's like they're very like take everything so personal, like the world revolves about. Yeah, another thing is that they have to think, well, you're only, you know what I'm saying? All you have to do is ride the bus, and even if you, like, I know it's like this one lady, like, she's gonna tell me, oh, her opinion, which she thought, people shouldn't be walking on the street, and I'm thinking, you need to really keep your fucking opinion to yourself because I walk all the time. I walk, and I know this lady doesn't walk because I see her body shape. There's no way that that she walks. She drives the bus and then she probably walks about I don't know 25 feet to her car, and that's probably too far for her. And then she probably just walks about 10 feet to her house when she parks there and sits down. But you know what I'm saying? She was acting like she had the right to hit somebody. You know what I'm saying? When this person, she'll avoid a parked car, but it really aggravates her. This person that it's not even taking up as much space as a parked car, and it's over, out of the way. So like, anyway, so that's one thing. It's like, and then like when I told her something about, and I'm the type of person like I just wanted to see how she would react. So I was like, because it is a lot where you go like when you're on a bicycle, you go the opposite way of the traffic so you can see what's coming towards you. And she's like, ah ha ha, and I'm like, okay, well maybe they changed the law since the '90s. They started jailing more of you people. But the number one problem with our school system uh, 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 is that it's not pumping out people that could take jobs that are not just for fast food. That's who the schools are marketing to, and plus the food that they eat. It's not conditioned to the early development, and I'm talking from 0 to about 3 years old, when the most important developments of your child brain, because when they come out, they're not fully developed. Their stomachs, their brains, their liver, their lungs are still growing. Uh, because I see some people like they're like, oh, my baby's eating fast food already. Their stomach hasn't even developed. They hadn't even. They were more worried about this kid eating fast food than helping this kid develop, communication. They rather whack them. So that's the early communications, and also you're talking concussion. So there is a problem with the way our school system is, the food that we give our kids, um, uh, the transportation to get our kids back and forth. And another thing they were talking about, like the children, like, oh, we have to have uh, uh, where, uh, uh, where they have to go in early. I forget what you call that. Um, which I think is wrong because like if some of these kids do have to get some jobs, curfew. They want to have curfew for kids. Like we do not want to imprison or have a police state. That will just make these kids more hostile. But if they do and able to get a job like at McDonald's, Burger King, Sonic, or somewhere to help out with their family while they're teenagers at 15 or something, they might not be able to. The jobs, not going to go on the schedule of of like, oh well, you know what I'm saying? It's going to cause more problems. So that way, like the people that are able to have a job, the nonviolent people, are forced to stay inside. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to like, that is should be more of if the parents don't know where the child is, that is more of a society thing that we could probably fix as a whole. Especially with cell phones these days. You can have your child call you every 3 hours, no matter what they're doing. Um, you know, uh, you got to have unconditional love, and don't think automatically just because that your child is doing something wrong. And you have to remember you're the one raising them. So we do have a problem with the crime. That also stems from the way we educate our kids and the options that we give them, like the job options, or the way to make money options. They have few options, and that's the problem. We have other things in place better than the Boys and Girl Clubs. We have a Job Corps. We have we after school programs that you have, if they're just sitting there and you're being a glorified babysitting, the kids are not learning. It's irrelevant. There's and then there are also, so I think I just like that one guy. I don't want the old mayor to come back because they do need to bring in jobs that will pay more than minimum wage. But I think uh, I don't think we're gonna have a solution to all our problems. I mean, it's like they're also talking about uh the way I don't know. There's a lot of problems with the city, and I think the biggest thing that they could do is one thing is treat the children like they definitely are the future, uh, um, and uh, elevate the children up to a point to where they're more important. Because like I know we have laws to where if they're a grown up and you hit them, you go to jail. But you can hit your kids. I had someone telling me, oh, you can't hit your kids here. And, 2 minutes later, he's whooping his kid. And so that's another thing is that we have to also understand that people that got whooped, it's hard for them to say, oh, we did this wrong or we did that wrong, to correct it. They can never be right for always being wrong. So we have to be wrong about some stuff to learn and to recognize the things that we did wrong, so we don't be repeating that thing. And then we have to also recognize the stuff that Memphis is doing right. There are some stuff that's doing right. And that one thing I think was Collins. He mentioned we this is a hub for transportation because of the river. Even as the matter as nasty and as filthy as the citizens of this Memphis is making it by throwing trash, in the river. We also have transportation with the train, and we have highways. And yeah, the city is nasty. It is littered with filth. And I've seen tons of people. They would throw trash out of the car all the time. So the way and if you could talk to the kids at school all the time, they call 911. Every time you want to make a doctor's appointment, you have it call 911 or whatever. So like there could be a campaign like that where like encourage them to recycle or to carry those, something with them that they can put their trash in and then stick it in a trash can or something, instead of just throwing your trash out. All fast food places that these people are frequenting a lot to get their meals. I just can't afford it, and I don't have a car, so I don't freaking fast food places. But anyway, they have trash cans. So there are trash cans to utilize. And, you know, um, I think that I think the city can have a major change. Uh, but the thing is, instead of letting money go seeping out of the city, that they need to bring it back in. And, um, one of the thing is the city owns a lot of property. They don't even mow the grass. The way they have the grass mowed is one of your neighbors have to call. So usually what happens is you just got you just got a bunch of hateful people, resentful people, uh, uh, because the neighbors when which that part of the policy would probably work all right, but the city doesn't take care of its own property. If they mow their own property, they would have to pick up some of that trash, bag it, and put it on the side of the road so that they can go in that lot and mow. So that's something else the city should probably think about. But okay, so the mayor's debate was pretty interesting. I think that like I know I don't want that AC1 anymore. He's because with him, pretty much the city was just going in bankruptcy. It looks like he has some way that he could siphon money out, maybe. So uh, uh, but it's he's not help. No, he hadn't helped anything. Everything got worse. So it is time for a change. Uh, so, but both of the other two people, besides AC Warren, and other reason why I like Collins is because the other guy is really horrible. Oh well, so we got something to look forward to. I, I probably will vote, but it probably doesn't make a difference anyway. Um, but well, like locally in cities, like small cities like this, and especially as far as this city is, there's not too many people really throwing money in Memphis. We're missing out on a lot of talent here. Oh, this is what I like, and he talks about this being a music. I think that if they concentrate and try to bring more black people in, because I think like with the tourism industry now they're trying to bring white people. You got Branson, Missouri for the whites, and Nashville. This could be an area, because there's so many rich, prominent black people, and if you encourage the rich black people in the area, they will invest. You're not going to get rich white people to invest in predominantly all black area because they're not trying to put money in a black area. They're trying to keep the money in the white hands. So the white people don't have your best, like Bass didn't have the best interests of Memphis. And plus, I went in there, I was highly disappointed. Oh, shit I wanted to buy. Anyway, so the mayor race is, can't wait till it's over. And then the president race. Do not vote for Trump for president. Think about Collins. Might be our best bet. Who knows? Couldn't hurt.